Hey folks, back with another video. Now, in this video, I will be talking about the Donald Trump's second impeachment. Boy, does Donald Trump not get a break, even when he is no longer the president. Anyhow, in this video, I will quickly talk a bit, I will address some of the background and, of course, talk about the incident and the result, the political reaction, as well as the social media reaction. So let's dive into the presentation. Now, in the background, I would actually like to just talk about his first impeachment that happened earlier last year, in which charges were brought up of the abuse of power and obstruction of Congress, with the votes, 230 votes for, basically in favor of abuse of power versus 197 votes which rejected the claim of the abuse of power, and 229 for obstruction of Congress and 198 rejecting that. But of course, those charges were then sent to Senate, where he was acquitted, with the votes being 48 who senators voted for, in and in the yes for abuse of power, and 52 voted no, as well. And on the obstruction of Congress, the votes were 47 to 53. Now, let's go into the incident. And of course, by the incident, I mean the Capitol Hill riot, the break in into the Capitol Hill by the protesters who just turned rioter. Now, in that whole incident so far, 5 people have died as a result. 4 of them were rioters, whereas one of them was a police officer. Now, I'm choosing the words rioters because I believe once they got into that particular situation, the line between whether they were protesters and rioters, in my opinion, was crossed for those individuals. However, it could be argued that maybe some of them were not rioters, but that is a semantical argument that I'm not going to further talk on. Anyhow, on top of that, at least 5 rioters were hospitalized, whereas 56 DC Metro police officers were injured and 140 Capitol police officers were injured, and of them, at least 15 were hospitalized. Now, this incident as a whole and the imagery surrounding it and the whole thing was emotionally, let's just say, disturbing to say the least. And of course, this elicited reaction. The There was, of course, the political reaction, where the Democrats under the House of Representatives and Congresswoman Nancy Pelosi, who is also the Speaker of the House, who pushed for impeachment. Now, before pushing for impeachment, she tried to get uh, then Vice President Mike Pence to actually oust Donald Trump, but that didn't work. All in all, the Democrats, in unison, they went out with the full force, full rhetoric on impeaching Donald Trump for the alleged crime of inciting violence. Of course, there was another Democrat, Alexandria Ocasio Cortez, who basically, in my opinion, took advantage of the situation. Maybe I'm being a little too cynical, but from what I gather, she basically had 2 versions of the story happening to her. Now, there were, of course, both sides got involved and they both accused each other, and there was, of course, the popular hashtag that came out, which was Alexandria Ocasio, and then certain other, uh, let's just say another name, not just Cortez. In my personal opinion, I think Alexandria Ocasio Cortez definitely might have felt, let's just say, threatened to an extent, but it's the contradictory story that really just destroyed her credibility over whatever truth she might have or any kind of feeling she had. Of course, another thing is, of course, the Senator Rand Paul, who pushed for the uh, in the Senate floor for he pushed the question of whether this whole impeachment is constitutional or not, in which 55 senators voted that yes, the process is constitutional, whereas 45 senators voted against it being constitutional. Now, that is just the general political reaction. It's basically showing that the Democrats were fully in force for impeachment, and Alexandria Ocasio Cortez, the uh, representative, took advantage of the situation for publicity, I think, stunt, in my opinion. And on the other side, you had, I think, in my opinion, I think from the Republican side, I think Rand Paul probably made the best uh, argument against it by going to the Senate floor. Now let's go into the reaction that was by the social media. Within, I think it was days, a day or two, Parler was banned on the app stores, as well as the whole Amazon cut off relations with Parler, denying them their Amazon web serving hosts, which basically Parler is dead as a result of the whole incident. But of course, the more chilling side effect was the banning of Donald Trump. That within a short span of time, that Twitter uh, banned him, Facebook and Instagram banned him, Snapchat banned him, Discord banned him, Reddit banned him, Shopify banned him, TikTok banned him, and Twitch banned him. And it happened so fast and in such a short span of time that it definitely did not help, let's just say, the case that Donald Trump is not the victim. I mean, it just solidified the for the Trump base that Donald Trump was specifically singled out to be punished. Now, obviously, Donald Trump wasn't the only one who got banned. There were thousands of other people who got banned in that same span of time. And I mean, this, in my opinion, just single handedly would. This had a chilling effect throughout different just both it had a chilling effect on the Republicans or the conservative side, but I think the Democrat side does not, or the Democratic base that were celebrating Donald Trump's ban did not realize what kind of a precedent they have set. And there are news coming out that in recent time it's going to start hurting the Democrat side as well. Now, of course, if I started talking about the news media reaction, let's just, I'm just gonna show you some of the headlines that came out of what happened as a result of this. I mean, it will take me hours, maybe even days, to just analyze the whole news media and their hysteria. I mean, they weren't covering news. They just became, how should I put it? They probably went into overdrive, to say the least. Anyhow, that's it for this video. If you like the video, then hit that like button and hit that subscribe button for future updates. Write in the comment sections your thoughts, criticism, and anything I might have missed. And of course, I will be now presenting my view in future videos as to the developments of the Donald Trump's impeachment process. And I would be more than happy and welcome all the engagement from you fine folks in the net. And I will see you in the next video.